Hey everybody, welcome back. I live here in South Florida. Florida Keys, Bahamas, water, beaches. Why in the world would I not want a seaplane? Well, I'm going to talk to you about that in a second and tell you what we're going to do about it. Let's get going. Hey everybody, welcome back. And this should be a fun video because I want to share the journey on the new plane that we're going to get. I'm also going to talk about these planes and what they can't do that I want to do. You obviously know we've got the XCUB. Let's take a walk over here and talk a little bit about it. We love the XCUB on floats. I mean, we've got 215 horsepower engine in here, the Titan engine. We got the floats. Now, some of the things I like and don't like about the planes, well, working on this or trying to do stuff, I mean, you always have to have a ladder when you've got a plane this big. It's like trying to work on a caravan or something. When we come back from being out for the day and we want to wash the plane and wax the plane, it's like a whole nother airplane because we've got all these pontoons and stuff to deal with. Some of the things I love about this plane is, man, we got all these extra cargo bays. It's 50 pounds a side that we can put stuff in. You know, right now we got our anchors and our bumpers and stuff like that in there. The other thing I like about the XCUB is this is the newer version of like the EX3, the FX3, the EX2s, where you don't have all the cables and stuff you see there. We have a whole video on this plane, a whole walk around. It's like an hour long. You can go check it out. We get into a lot of details. But this plane is just so tight in the controls because it's all push rods and things. It's really great. You don't have all the cables and stuff. And it's the new G-Series flaps. The nice thing about the tug that we have here is we have different adapters based on, are we using it on the float plane, or we swap out the little starboard adapters to put it on the back of the GameBird, or maybe on a new plane we're getting, we just need another little adapter and it'll kind of go ahead and push that plane around. So we love our wireless remote control tug here. So let's go over to the other side. I want to talk to you a little bit about what this plane really can't do for us. I mean, we do take this into some small strips like grass strips, and we, you know, on the E3 Firearms side, we take it to some of the shooting ranges where we can land and pull right up to the shooting ranges and stuff. That's all great. I'm a little hesitant to take it into too many grass strips. I mean, the plane will do it. Everybody will tell you this has no problem. The gear on this is as beefy as bonanzas and things that go into those grass strips all day long. I'm just a little bit more of a perfectionist. I like to keep my planes perfect, so I don't like to take it in there. And the other thing is I don't always know how is the grass at the time we're going into one of those ranges or one of those strips. You know, is the grass thick that day or whatever, and then it becomes a lot harder on the airplane. That's one thing that I don't like that I can't do, is I want to have something that has bigger 33, 35-inch wheels and stuff that we can actually just go wherever we want and also be able to get in and out of shorter strips. This thing does a great job getting up and getting going on the runway and stuff, but sometimes in the grass strip, you know, we might eat up like 500-600 feet to get out of a grass strip. So there's a lot of places and friends' houses and stuff I can't get to in this plane that I want to be able to get into. You know, if we had something like an XCUB on 35s or a Legend or something like that, we can get in and out of a couple hundred feet without any obstacles, you know, no problem. Okay, and like I said, you can see like even this plane here, it's still hard. You can't get up inside there unless you jump up here, you get a ladder to get inside there and put stuff in the back of the plane. But generally, this XCUB on floats is an absolute blast. I mean, this has been by far one of my favorite planes. Now you might ask, well, we're in South Florida here. Why in the world would I want a bush plane and not a float plane? Well, the reality is I don't take this into salt water. Even though we're down here, you can go to the Keys and things like that. And there's a big part of all the Florida Keys that you cannot legally land at. It's inside from the Everglades National Park. If you land there, it's a federal offense. So it's very limited on where you can actually go down in the Keys. I mean, there's tortugas and stuff like that. But the reality is I don't like to put this in salt water. It's been in salt water once because when it goes in salt water, I open up every single one of these and flood them, put salt away in it, wash them out. So it's a lot of work. I've been using this more to go to like the lakes in the middle of Florida, Okeechobee, Lake Placid, and a lot of areas that are up there. And it's just a blast to fly up and down the beach. Great plane. Now, like I said, the XCUB with wheels, or maybe even the NXCUB with the nose gear, is something I'm kind of thinking about, maybe going towards that, or a Legend Cub or something in those realms, because then I can take that anywhere. There's all kinds of places, even out in the Everglades, up north, around the Lake Okeechobee, friends' houses, ranges, all that kind of stuff. We can drop in and land and be on the ground in 150 feet, 100 feet. Just can't do that in this plane. So that's one of the things that I'm thinking about. And then let's talk about the GameBird. Now, totally different world. So depending on, you know, that morning I get up and what mood I'm in and stuff, it either may be the adrenaline rush of going and flying some aerobatics and cruising at 200 knots to breakfast or lunch or something with my wife. Clearly, this is not something I can do a lot of the stuff I can do in the float plane. Also, I'm a little hesitant to take this into a whole lot of grass strips. I'm more of a weekend warrior when it comes to taking these planes somewhere that kind of risky, like bush flying or off airport and stuff like that. I'm always not sure how thick the grass is and stuff. I don't want to rip the boots off. But the GameBird is an absolute blast. It's very specific on what we can do in the GameBird versus the other plane. Hopefully you guys can give me some comments down below. I'm looking for something maybe in the realm of an FX3 again or an XCUB on 35s. Why do I also want to do that? Because we have pretty much worked on these planes to the point for you guys in content that there's nothing else we can do to them. So they are as nice as you can get. It's got as many of the amenities and upgrades that you could possibly get on these planes. I want to do another project plane, something that maybe we can do some work on. We want to install the Starlink satellite receiver in it. We maybe put a pod on it on the bottom. We want to upgrade the suspension, maybe go to titanium suspension, go to the Behringer wheels and brakes, put 35s on it, do some engine work, maybe do some testing with like 3-blade props, things of that sort. But even more importantly, we have so many great partners here at E3 Aviation, like Tac Areo and FlightFlix and all these partners that, you know, we want to do something together where we can take a plane and just, again, build it up to like what we did with these planes. Would love any suggestions from you guys. We're going to take you on the journey as we start looking and doing our search for another plane. But would love to hear from you guys down below. Let me know if you know of a plane that maybe I should consider, if you have any suggestions on planes that we should consider. And we need some likes and subscribes so YouTube knows to send you this video. But even better, if you want to get the behind the scenes and get all the incredible content and materials that we have, come on over to E3 Aviation Association. Become a member with us. There's so much education and content, magazines, mentors, locations. You know, we just did a flight in the XCUB here. We went to a location that some of the members put on the E3 SKYSHARE app, and it was great. But go check those out. But you got to be an E3 member to get all that stuff. Come on in, join us. We got a great community of thousands of people, and we look forward to seeing you in there. So we'll see you on the next one where we're going to decide what plane we're actually going to go ahead and get. That's coming real soon. So see you soon. Take care.